Hey guys, I'm back again. Since I figured I was in the heat of making videos, I would make my video response to Curlygurl. Yeah, because I did get her video response back, and I was really excited that she actually did a video response back, and I totally agree. Video responsing is so much fun, and that more people should do it. And I'm like, I don't know why they didn't notify you. They notified me that you video response me. They were like, yeah, video response. I was like, oh, let me see. So I don't know why. Maybe, I don't know. You should check that out. YouTube's just being YouTube. It's like Facebook being Facebook. Facebook has problems. YouTube has problems. Blah, blah. YouTube has problems. Anyways, so yeah, thanks so much. Thank you so much for the video response, for talking back to me. And I just saw your recent video about, oh god, I don't remember the title. I'm really bad at that kind of stuff. But it's your most recent video talking about your hair. Oh, answering the questions that people asked you or something like that. And I thought it was a really good video. I thought you made really, really good points, pointing out how, especially that hair typing system, I totally agree. I don't understand it as much because, you know, like, oh, it's supposed to be like 4A hair is supposed to look like this. 4B hair is supposed to look like this. Blah, 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 blah. So then you go and you see all these different pictures of people's hairs, and they're like, oh, I'm 4A, I'm 4B, I'm 4 whatever. And then you look and try and compare it to your hair, and you're like, but my hair doesn't do that, and my hair doesn't look like that when it's like this, and da-da-da-da. I don't know. I just think it's really complicated, and I thought you made good points on that. And then when you were talking about how the comments and the reactions, the reactions you've gotten from going natural, and when the way you handled that girl, or who, I don't know, whoever it was that talked to you about if you were mixed and all that, and how does your hair look like that, I thought you handled that very well, because I know me, when I first went natural, and I got so many questions, because I go to a mostly white college, mostly white, and the questions I was getting were annoying, because I was wearing braids when I first came to school, like some simple cornrows, because I was going to transition a lot longer than I did, and I got, you know, I just took them out one day, and I just cut my hair off, and I came back, and everyone's like, what happened to your hair? It was so long. Da-da-da. You know how white people get when it comes to the braids and the weaves, and you take it out and it's short the next day. And I'm like, that wasn't my real hair. And they're like, but how did you? And then they want me to explain the process, and I'm not one to go and explain. I don't like to explain things to people. I'm really hard-headed. I feel like you should just know. And I know it's not their fault that they don't know, because they're not black, and black hair and hair care is not publicized as much as white people's hair and white people hair care and Asians and people with that straighter textures, categories, whatever I want to call it. You know, they don't know about our hair because they're used to seeing us with straight, relaxed hair. So they figure all hair is the same. Everybody has straight hair. No. And then they see me with my curly little fro, and they're like, whoa, how did you do that? Why? How? What? I don't understand. Brain malfunction. And I get so frustrated. And I know there's this one kid in my class. He understands my hair now. He knows, but he does it to make me mad, because I get mad easily. He'll one day I had my hair in twists, like 2-strand twists, because I was gonna do a twist out. So I had my hair in little twists, little cute little baby twists. This was early on, wearing my little beret, and he's like, "Are you trying to go dreads or something?" And he's white, and I'm like, "No, I'm not growing dreads." Well, it looks like you are, and blah, 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 blah. And this one girl that was my friend would question my hair so much, and she was mixed. She was, like, Hispanic and black, but I think I've talked about her before, but, you know, the questions she was asking me about my hair really, it was annoying. I'm like, you should just know. You're at least half black. At least know something about your culture. And, it was just so frustrating, and I don't like to answer questions. I really don't. Or, like, one time I had my hair, like, in a twist out, so, you know, it was stretched, and then I washed the next day, and I just wore it as a wash and go, and they're like, did you cut your hair? And I'm like, oh my god, no. They're like, but it was so big yesterday, how did it get so small? And I'm like, okay. Now, okay, they can't all be, I'm sorry, but to me, I understand that, yes, I'm black, and yes, my hair is different, like, it's just, in general, it is, but at the same time, white people have curly hair, too, and their curly hair does the same thing that black people's curly hair does. If they wash it, it's long because it's wet, so it's heavier, and then when it dries, it shrinks up. And black people's curly hair does that too. So I never understood why, when I do it, there has to be like all these thousands of questions. It's a mystery. It's the same thing. And that's what I would tell them when I was calm and I wasn't really like frustrated. I would just say, well, technically my hair is tightly curly, like it's tiny little curls and coils. And when I did whatever I did to it, the curl was stretched out. And then when I washed it, like, when it's washed, it hangs a little bit more. And then as it dries, it shrinks up. So that's why it looks shorter. It's just like I pointed out like a girl in our class who has curly hair. It's just like her curly hair. It's the same thing. She's white and she has gorgeous Shirley Temple curls, and I love her curls. I pointed it out to them and I explained it to them like that. And they're like, oh yeah, I guess that does make sense. Yeah, they actually do laugh like that. So I'm just kind of like, yeah. So when people ask me those kind of questions, I flip. I don't flip, but I'm reluctant to answer because it's just like, white people have curly hair too. It does the same thing. That's why I'm coming down more, and I'm just saying, white people have curly hair. When it's wet, it's long. When it dries, it shrinks up. Black people have curly hair. When it's wet, it's long. When it dries, it shrinks up. Boom. That's like usually my explanation now. But when you're like, yeah, I was so calm and I'm like, girl, I was not calm. I was furious. I was frustrated. I'm like, you're ignorant and I shouldn't have to explain this to you. Those are the thoughts going on in my head. I didn't say those things to people, but those are the thoughts in my head. But when I'm talking, you can hear the irritation in my voice that I'm like, well, if you weren't so stupid, you would know that, yeah. So I just want to commend you on that, on going natural and explaining to people, just because I'm dark skinned doesn't mean I can't have a looser curl pattern or blah 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 blah. If just like there's mixed people who have tightly for whatever category hairs that have or no curl pattern, whatever. It doesn't matter what race you are. Well, I guess it kind of does. It doesn't matter what your skin tone is. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say, girl. I'm still a little frustrated from my video earlier, so I'm kind of like not making sense. But that's all I wanted to do was this video response to you and say congrats again, and oh gosh, I forgot my train of thought. That you handled the situations and comments very well, better than I would have, because I get frustrated easily, and I really like you, and if we knew each other in real life, I could tell we would hang out a lot, because you're so silly, just like me, and that's awesome. And that is all. I'm gonna get off here because I keep rambling. So thanks, Curly Girl, for the video response back, and keep me posted on your hair because it's adorable and you look amazing, and I love your hairstyle, your little braids in the front and your fro out. Okay, bye.